Good evening. Another striking myths and legend. Tapilitapole, the fierce Chucklesome. Can you come here and help me, Tapi? Insisted Fatu. Yes, Papa, I replied. Fatu was my papa, and he was a woodcutter who raised me in the forest alone. My mother both died when I was small. You are grown up, my son, and probably it's time to go to school. Yeah, Papa, I said. I sneaked out of the house and ran into the bushes. I have woven a belt from fowl straps, and while enjoying weaving, I saw hundreds of mosquitoes commotion on a bowl of water from a coconut shell. I grabbed my belt and gave it a mighty stroke. I killed at least 6 mosquitoes. I grabbed my belt and hurried home and asked Papa, can you weave me my belt labeling one stroke kill 6 warriors? Papa said, I admired your sense of creativity. Papa did a good job and I learned the writing. One stroke kills 6 warriors. The next day I was playing beside the main road, chanting my belt. One stroke killed 6 warriors. I sang and laughed. A wink of an eye, I fell asleep beside the road. What is it, Apollo? Asked Princess Laffimore. There is a lad on the road, my lady, said Watu. Bring him to me, and that's mine. I was laid beside the princess, enjoying myself in the coziest bed ever. We are here, my lady, said Watu. She hopped off from the carriage and woke me up. Boy, wake up, said Princess Laffimore. I woke up with the most amazing look ever. Children were running around, guards were patrolling around, and from the palace. Oh my gosh, am I dreaming? I whispered. No, my son, you are with Princess Laffimore. I was so thankful to see such a spectacular view. King Takana, this is my son. Tapi, I found him on the road and brought him for my own. The king was smiling of disapproval. Welcome, our son. I was rushed to the bathroom and have a good shower and put on the best clothes ever. Princess Laffimore, can you sew me a belt with this saying, one stroke kills 6 warriors? She smiled at me. My son says. The next morning I received my belt and thanked the princess. You call me mother, she smiled. Yes, mother, I smiled. I was so lucky to have a new mother. All to the court, said the king. 3 days ago from today, my son hasn't returned. I command you all to search for my son, and if you bring him home, dead or alive, you will be given 3 mystery boxes to choose from. What happened, mother? I asked. Your uncle, Prince Philip, has gone missing for 3 days, and King Takana is offering a big reward for whoever brings him home, and either dead or alive. She insisted. I will bring him home. I have learned a lot of tricks in the bush when I grew up. I smiled. My son. Goodbye, my mother, I whispered. Goodbye, my son. I ran fast as I could, deep down in the woods. I swung in the vines, climbed trees, and swam in the river. Not long, I was in the middle of the deep forest. I could hear snoring like hell and tried to see through a branch. Now I can see Prince Philip. I murmured to myself, I saw him in the cage of woven vines. He saw me and signaled to me to go away. I nodded. I grabbed a stone and put it on my slingshot and shot the eye of the giant. He woke up and slept again. I got another stone and put it on my slingshot and shot the other giant. Both woke up and annoyed with each other. They started to argue and fight hard. The wild boar started biting the other giant, and both fell on the ground, smashed their heads on the rock, and both dead. The boar died too. So I jumped down and cut the ear of one, and cut the tooth of the boar, and united the prince, and off we went back. My name is Tapilitapole, the fierce and ferocious. Prince Philip admired my courage. Your sister loves me as a son. She found me beside the road. Now I'm one on my team, and I respect her as a mother. We walked with Prince Philippe home, and not long we were picked up by the king's men. We were welcome, and Prince Philippe explained everything, and everyone was amazed, including my mother and King Takina. Today, we see a great honor. A teen who defied two giants saved my son, said the king. Here are 3 boxes for our great hero to choose from. Everyone was so quiet, waiting to reveal the prize. Go, son, and choose. I walked to the boxes and pointed at the box in the middle. It was opened for me. There lay the note from His Majesty. This is to inform you that you have a big prize. You must marry Princess Laffimore, or you will be executed. Everyone was so shocked by the prize. The King Takana knew Tapi will bring the prince, but he does not enjoy an orphanage or push boy coming to his palace. The Carl called me to reply, and I stood up very quietly and called out, I cannot marry my mother. Princess Laffimore loves me as her child. I prefer dead. This time the king was so furious and ordered, put him in the cell until his execution in a week. My son, I do not want to lose you, said Laffimore. I cannot marry my mother. I kissed her on the cheek and whispered, goodbye, my mother. Goodbye, my son. At this time I was handcuffed and threw in the cell. I was very moved by the king's decision, and this was an evil act. That night I was so mad and went straight to sleep at once. I did not know Prince Philippe and my mother Laffimore came and released me. Go, my son, you are always my son. Kiss Laffimore and a big hug from the prince. That time I ran and ended at the bush where I felt safe. I climbed a tree and never could rest. And in the morning I woke up in the deep forest and started to find my way home. In the morning, I met 2 witches. They were Kati and Patti. They saw me and was incredibly pleased to force me to carry them. They both have magic sticks that could change anything into any other creature they want. The black stick can change things into birds, and the other red one could change things into any animal. And they wove 2 baskets and put a stick inside and told me, now carry us so we could enjoy the moving of the clouds and enjoy the beauty of nature. They both laughed like hell. The good thing they were not too heavy. I picked them up and started walking in a path right in the forest. When the sun came, I was so hot that time the witches were falling to sleep. So I hanged the bowl in a cut branch on the side of the road and took their sticks and ran off in the forest. The two witches woke up and saw the clouds moving, smiled, and went back to sleep. I was so happy, but hang on. The sticks were only waked by a spell from the witches. So I must rush back to the witches and try to hear their spell and take off again. When I arrived, the witches woke and saw them on the branch and was annoyed. Sorry, I was so tired. So I sat down and have a rest. The witches smiled at me. It's all right, Tapi. Patty complained that she was very hungry. Then Cathy grabbed the stick and pointed to the tree and whispered, Magic stick, provide some food for the mighty Cathy. Not long, 100 bears started to fly around the trees and fruits fell on our side. And then she said again, Magic stick, bring them to rest. This time the bears slowly vanished away. That time we all have the fruits, and it seemed they were feeling sorry for me. Tabi, tell us your story. I told them everything since I grew up. They told me the stories. They were the ones who changed the rats into the giants in a wild war. I looked with amazement at the witch's story. Listen, Tapi, we were not witches, we were princes of a far country. But our queen mother, Lapila, was not happy with us and asked a magician to change us into witches. We need your help so we could go back to our princess form. They begged. What do you want me to do? I asked bravely. We must turn you into a bird, and you must go to the palace and fly right to the tower. Goes in, there's a box which they call the covenant. Inside the box, we hit two portals. That is the only way to change us back. That's enough for tonight. Good night, everyone. A blessed day. Tuning on to another part of our Myths and Legend